This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out their website, merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln, and online at myfgec.org. Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, your local source for all your fertilizer, ag chemical, and custom application needs. See what Mark Gordon and the Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer team can do for you. Call 217-445-2631. Heritage Packaging in Lincoln, offering top-notch products and value-driven solutions for Central Illinois. Heritage Packaging offers the right packaging right on time. Learn more online at welchpkg.com or call 217-735-4406. Modern Brake and Alignment, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1964, offering full-service auto repairs, including suspension service, brake replacement, wheel alignment, transportation services, and more. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Stop by the shop at 1000 Commercial Park in Lincoln. Call 217-628-7650 or learn more at modernbrake.com. Go Railers! Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch. Attend one of Tracy's Coffee with the Mayor events to ask questions and learn more about happenings around Lincoln. Check the City of Lincoln Facebook page for dates and times. Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to grauinc.com. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. Experience the difference with Collision Concepts. State Farm Agent Brian Clark, located at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln. Brian can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and he's got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of the Lincoln Lady Railer basketball program for more than 50 years. Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Waiters-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, generational travel, Disney, all things cruises, and all-inclusive travel. Simply Traveled is so much more than cruises. Call Amy at 615-961-6474 or go online to simply-traveled.com. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 620 Broadway Street in downtown Lincoln, call 217-737-7581. LCHS.
Good evening, Railer Nation, and welcome to Lincoln Lady Railer Basketball, the last regular season game of the 2025-2026 season. And if I could get my broadcast partner to get his headset on, he's probably still trying to catch his breath and get his knee to calm down after, I said we had to have 2 pack mules and a mountain goat to get up here, but we're at the very top of Hawkins Gym.
Well, Jay, I've always got to answer my pants, so I got here, I was probably in the gym at 5 o'clock. I always like to have my homework done and everything, and talk to the crowd and find out who can alter our old Army uniform, things like that, important stuff.
Let's not kid ourselves. You came in here for the memories of Hawkins Gymnasium.
I did, yeah.
And there's the thing, Bobby. I'll talk about that a little bit. The rivalry between these two schools during the late 60s and 70s and even into the mid 80s, it was not a friendly rivalry by any means.
No, and this is where Duncan Reed came from. He was assistant coach on that 64 championship team against the Cobden Apple Knockers, and then he might have been one more year here, but then he came to Lincoln in 65-66.
You know that Duncan Reed came from a little town called Pimento, Indiana.
Okay.
That's where he started out at.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me that, Indiana has always been kind of the icon for high school basketball, especially after the movie Hoosiers and, Damon Bailey winning a state championship. And it's amazing to me that two of the winningest and probably best coaches in Lincoln High School history came from the state of Indiana. Duncan Reed, who's the other one?
For Lincoln?
Yes.
I'm going to guess Vandersnip.
Paul Johnson.
Paul Johnson
Was an Indiana guy. Came from Oakland City, Indiana.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow. Well, we used to always play in the Pekin Holiday Tournament over here, and they hated Chuck. They had up Chuck T-shirts, and Mom, she's a big, strong woman. She went into the women's bathroom, and they were going to beat up my sister Katie. She was a cheerleader. Of course, Mom settled that.
There were some incidents over here when Seymour was playing that they didn't want Duncan in here either. There was something that had gone on. They hated Lincoln. Duncan finally pulled out of this tournament, and we ended up going down to, we went to Edwardsville for a year. We were at Carbondale, I know, one year down there. Probably Chuck's freshman year we were down at Carbondale.
He got his first start down there, scored 10 points. They didn't like Brian Cook here either.
No, but they turned, so the rivalry was never friendly. And then Lauren came back for a year, which would have been Chuck's junior year. And boy, they rooted so hard against us in that Harvey of Thornton championship game. And I remember who was it? It was somebody from Lanphier in the semifinal game. It was either Shelly Tunson or Mike Watson kept hitting shots, and finally Chuck went out and knocked him into the bleachers.
Yeah, well, we beat them there, and then they beat us unfortunately in overtime in the regional championship.
But we ended up getting past Lanphier here, and the Pekin folks rooted against us all the tournament, but especially in that championship game.
Yeah.
And Lauren wasn't very happy about that. Fortunately, Illinois State wanted us for the Classic the first year or the second year of the Classic, and Lauren ended up taking the team up to the Classic. Chuck's kids won it.
Yeah, that was a great tournament up there. Yeah, and then that year that you were the junior year, Peoria Central won the state championship. They beat Lanphier. Yeah, that was a great team.
Yeah, but then so you would have been broadcasting probably by yourself when the team. No, it was probably Sam and then you. When the team returned over here during the early 1990s, Neil brought the team back in here.
Yeah.
Played in the played after they left Collinsville. Played in the Pekin tournament for several years.
Yeah.
But they didn't like Brian Cook over here either.
Oh no, I became the full-time play-by-play guy like you in 95, 96. Sam's last year was 95.
Yeah, so a lot of memories here at Doughty Hawkins Gymnasium, and not always pleasant ones for Lincoln folks, but hopefully the girls can make a pleasant victory tonight. Pekin comes in, their girls come in 15-14, 6-8 in their conference, the Middle Illini. Don't let the record fool you, though, because the Middle Illini is probably one of the strongest 3A conferences in downstate Illinois. They got Washington, which is probably the top-rated girls team. They've got Morton. Pekin's not a bad basketball team. Metamora is a very good girls basketball team. So there's three really good basketball teams actually four really good basketball teams in the Middle Illini Conference. And Pekin's a pretty big school anyway. One time they were 4A. I think they finally have dropped to 3A school.
Wow. So we're going to see a good game tonight, and Lincoln has been getting off to a slow start. So about halfway through that second quarter, if we take our headphones off, we can hear the huddle with Corey Farmer. The whole game will turn around and they'll pick up their intensity.
Pekin averaging about 44 points a game on offense and giving up 43 points, so a very close, tight scoring differential there, which you would expect from a 500 team. The Lincoln ladies averaging just over 50 a game, giving up almost 37 a game. And Bob, since the second half of the U-High game, I think the Lincoln girls are playing some of their best basketball and the best defense they've probably played all year over consistent four quarters.
For sure, they extend that 1-2-2 press, and that puts a lot of pressure on the other team. And good balanced scoring on the team. I know Mia is the leading scorer on the team, but she's got a lot of help, a lot of people that can help her out. If they run that offense, you've always got the open shot. You just got to hit the shots.
Everybody knows about Mia Clark averaging 15-3 a game. I think it's not really a surprise the way she's played, but to have a freshman get into your starting lineup here toward the end of the year, Gracie Biven is averaging almost 10. She's averaging over 9 points a game, and she's got the second most double-figure games of anybody on the team. I think Grace Biven is somebody that, if she continues to play the way she's playing, going to make a big difference for this team down the stretch here in the postseason.
Oh, yeah, and she's getting double-doubles. I mean, we don't keep the rebounds, but there's a lot of games where she's got 10 rebounds, and she's strong but not real strong. Once her sophomore year, you're going to see a big difference in her strength.
Lincoln finished 7-3 in the Central State 8, tied for third in the Central State 8 among three-way, Decatur, MacArthur, and I forget who the third team was. And 21-8 right now. Bob, I told people before the season, they asked me, I thought this team could win 22 games. I thought that was well within their reach to win 22 basketball games, and hopefully the girls finish that up tonight. Don't make a liar out of me. But I think it's been an excellent first season for Coach Corey Farmer. Even though he coached these kids in the past, there's a big difference between sitting next to the guy and being the guy.
That's true, yes. I love Corey Farmer, a very intense coach, runs some great plays. You just got to hit the shots. I thought there was another game after this, but I guess there isn't. I thought there was another game on the schedule, but I guess there isn't.
There better not be, because we don't know about it.
We don't know about it. So when's the regional start?
Regional starts Tuesday night. The ladies, it's a doubleheader out at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. The first game will be Mount Zion and Charleston, the 1 and I think 7 or 8 seed in the subsectional. And then Lincoln will play the second game that evening at 7:30, I believe, against Mattu.
So we should win that game, but the championship's going to be a tough one.
Well, the championship's going to be a tough one. Mount Zion's going to be tough anytime, but Lincoln really should have beat them on their home floor and ended up taking that game to overtime and losing 50-47.
Okay, well, they've matured a lot. We've got a chance to win the regional championship at home.
An excellent chance to win the regional championship, and then the winner of the Lincoln Regional will play the winner of the Bloomington Regional.
So, we got to do the Me Realty main man.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Right. Let's do the Me Realty list of the game. It's time to check the listings at merealty.com if you're looking to buy or sell. Tonight's list of the game. Bob, 3 keys to tonight's basketball game.
Well, of course, the key to Lincoln is their defense. They always play the great defense. You got to control the boards, offensive defense. And as I said, Corey Farmer runs a great offense. You just got to hit the open shots.
We're going to go ahead and keep it right here, try to turn things up. If you can hear the national anthem being played behind us. And, hey, they got a disco light out here at Hawkins Gymnasium. Bob's going to start dancing. He remembers the disco days.
I like the disco lights at Rochester, except I don't like the beatings in the football field.
Lincoln in their road green uniforms tonight, and Pekin in the tidy whities.
That's my favorite Lincoln uniform, the green.
The national anthem for the last regular season game for the Lincoln Lady Rail Splitters, and I believe the Pekin Dragons as well.
Yes, sir. Well, they might have one more game. My son and I, Michael, were in Baltimore this year at Fort McHenry, and of course, that's where Francis Scott Lee, when he was out on the bay, wrote the national anthem. So that was fun being there.
I'm going to turn it over to my broadcast partner, Bobby Verderber, and Bobby V. Starting lineups for both teams, please.
In green for the Lady Rail Splitters, number Number 2, Lily Holmes. Number 3, another senior, Grace Schneider. Number 11, the three-point bomber, Mason McLeod. Where's the number 11? Number 24, the towering rebounding freshman, Grace Biven. And the 1,000-point score for the Lady Railers in green, number 25, Mia Clark. And the head coach, Corey Farmer.
And hey, they left enough lights on up here where Bob can see and give you the Pekin starting lineups, and I won't have to use my NASA-approved flashlight.
And I'll use my 1.75 gas station glasses to read the starting lineup. And they're playing the Bulls song. Remember those days? And the Lions had run down Michigan Avenue to the old house on Madison Avenue, the Madhouse on Madison, playing the same music here in Pekin. Here we go.
You know, all it reminds me of is Michael Jordan, and you'll never convince me that Michael Jordan's not the greatest of all time.
Oh, definitely. Here we go. First player out. That's number 2, Ava Stock. She's a senior for the Dragons. And it's number 5, Amaya O'Neill, a sophomore. Number 12, a junior, Lee Brown. Number 22, Candace Covert. She's a senior. And then number 42, Kylie Seidel. She's a senior. So, Jay, you got 3 seniors, a junior, and a sophomore in the starting lineup for the Dragons of Pekin.
Bobby, Pekin beat us at our place last year, and this is pretty much the same team from last year. If I remember right, Ava Stock was one of the players that hurt us last year. So Lincoln going to have to keep an eye on Pekin shooters.
So we're going to have to put a stop to her. She's a senior. Stock. Where's the number 2? Biven going to jump it up at center. I'll try and pick up who that is at center. We're up here in the Crows.
Lee Brown. It's Lee Brown at
junior.
Lee Brown, the junior, against Grace Biven to tap it up. Lincoln moving from right to left, or left to right on your radio dial. Pekin from right to left. And the tap is up, and Biven taps it into the backcourt to Lily Holmes. Lily, Grace Schneider. Schneider across the timeline out near the volleyball line. Little spin move around the screen. Schneider kicking the corner. Mia Clark. Clark drives it baseline. Layup time. Got it.
Nice.
Nice drive by Mia Clark, and that'll keep defenses honest. Lincoln up 2-0. 7:45 to go.
Full court pressure. Working for the trap.
Seidel in the backcourt. Seidel a long pass to O'Neill. O'Neill had a little trouble handling it. She drives in the lane, throws it up, no good. And a foul going to be called against Lincoln.
So Seidel going to the free throw line. She is a senior. Where's the number 42? That's the number I'm picking for the Queen at Carroll Catholic, the drawing, number 42. 1 point there.
Foul on Grace Biven as O'Neill makes the first free throw.
I forgot I'm keeping score, aren't I? I got a little excited there. I better write 2 points down for Mia.
O'Neill's second one missed it. Clark the rebound. Nice screen out by Lincoln on the free throw. And Schneider will walk it up the floor. Schneider around the Biven screen is hit by O'Neill. Keeps a right-hand dribble. Nice little spin there.
Grace, a natural lefty. Ball knocked out of bounds.
Bob, if they're going to put this type of pressure on Grace Schneider, it won't surprise me to see Paisley Holmes in a basketball game before long.
Yeah, they got a good combination there. They can either run both of them or either one. Here's McLeod.
Back to Schneider. Schneider, cross-court pass, Clark. Clark going to drive it baseline again. Mia, the kick back out, Lily Holmes. Lily to Schneider. Grace back to Lily Holmes. Floater pass. Lily tries to throw it into Biven. She doesn't. Biven stepped on somebody's foot. I hope she didn't have a sprained ankle. Biven slow to get up and got called for the travel.
Yeah, unfortunate there. And you called it. Stepped on somebody's ankle. Didn't sprain it, but he had a call traveling on that.
Bob, those floater passes always bother me. I like the crisp passing, and sometimes a bounce pass or not even making the pass is better than trying to make that floater pass.
I thought she should have just took that jumper right there. Looked like a look at this.
Stock ball stolen away, and Lily Holmes ahead of the pack. Layup time coming good, and it's 4-1.
Yeah, I mean, I love that pull-up jumper that Becca Heitzig used to use.
Yep.
We've got that many times. Here we go. Another nice steal.
Stole it again. Kick out Mesa McLeod. Mesa going to have to kick it back out to Grace to set the offense. You know, Bob, I'm not so sure looking at this that Pekin doesn't have a college floor in here, which does something. It makes the ball press a little less effective.
Yeah, that's enormous.
They kick it to Biven. Biven in the lane. Biven had the ball stolen away, brought it down, probably shouldn't have. She's trying to steal it back. Don't get your second foul there, Gracie.
If that's true, that's a 95-foot court. If it's a college court.
It sure looks like one to me.
Yeah. In high school, it's 85. Junior high is 75. Lincoln leads at 4-1. 6:02 left in the first quarter.
In the corner, there goes Seidel. Seidel, the long pass out front to Stock. Stock between the circles. Goes left side, Covert. Covert to Brown. Back out, Covert. Stock. Stock, Seidel. They're posting O'Neal. Back out front, Covert. Left side they go. Brown, three-pointer, good.
Oh, man.
Lee Brown hits the three-pointer from the left side, and they've credited the score wrong on the video board. Now they changed it. It's tied at 4. They gave the 3 to Lincoln. We've taken it if they've given it to us.
Here's Mia. Looks bounce to Holmes. Right side, Schneider.
Schneider out front, Mesa McLeod. Pass too high. She was wanting to shoot it. Mesa, nice pass off to Biven, up and good.
Beautiful pass by Mesa McLeod.
6-4 the Lincoln lead. 5:16 to go here in the first period. Seidel backcourt. She's been frustrated by the press. Finally kicks it to Stock. Then it's stolen by Biven. Biven to Schneider. They had Holmes ahead of the pack. Couldn't get it to her. Grace going to drive it on in. Grace kick out Clark. 23-footer. Boom! A collision concepts 3. And it's 9-4 Lincoln. Just under 5 minutes here in the first period.
Boy, that brought some rain. We've been in a drought, and that definitely brought some rain.
Stock having trouble against the press. Finally gets it across the timeline. She's in the trap. Tried to throw it off McLeod. Bivens got it, and here comes Grace Schneider with the basketball. Grace going to take it all the way down the lane. Grace kick back out. Mia Clark, 20-footer. Bang!
Oh, man, they're going to have to put in a new net.
And a timeout taken by Brett McGinnis. And Lincoln's on fire, up 12-4 with 4:33 to go here in the first period. Let's go ahead and keep it right here.
Man, there's smoke on the water. That net is smoldering. They're going to have to change it out. Mia, she always hits those shots in the warm-ups. She's been cold the last couple of games, but tonight she's tearing that net up.
They're on fire, and if you're on fire at home, go out and get yourself some cool frozen custard out at Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Well, they've got good popcorn here. I handed mine off to our engineer here. You all right, Jay?
Yeah, well, we've got somebody says we've got an issue with a buzzing noise, but I don't know where it's coming from. We can't hear it. It's not buzzing at us. It could be in the transmission here. We don't know. We'll try and get a work on it. 4:33
remains for the first quarter. Mia Clark on fire. She's got 8 points. The Lady Rail Splitters leading it right now, 12-4. The defense has got many steals here in the first quarter. Here they come across the timeline, almost stolen away on the floor. They fight for it. Pekin picks it up.
Shot Seidel, right side 3, back of the iron, no good. A rebound, they've got it. Covert pushing people off, throws up a shot over Biven, and is going to get, somebody's going to call for a foul on Lincoln, and it may be Grace Biven. Let's hope not.
Did she have one earlier?
It is Grace Biven. That is her second.
Dang.
In the first quarter, and Corey Farmer's going to have to go to the bench, and here comes Gray Gilbert. Gray Gilbert to the scorer's table, and the first one by the number 22, that is Candace Covert, a 5'9" senior. She makes the first of 2. Second one for Covert coming up. Up and no good. A nice screen out by Lincoln as Lily Holmes grabs the rebound and brings it up the floor to Grace. There's Clark. Clark stop and pop from 18. Just short. Gray Gilbert goes for the board. Can't grab it, and here they come the other way. Quickly. Covert up the floor. Tried to throw it. Nice defense by Gray Gilbert. Knocks it out of bounds and stops that Pekin fast break.
That Gray Gilbert stuff, there's a 3 games ago, she sprained her ankle. She was in pain. A few tears out of her eyes. They take her to the locker room, tape her up. She comes back in. She gives you everything she's got.
Seidel going to inbound for Pekin.
3 sister combos on this team. We'll never see that again.
Probably not. O'Neal out front. There's a sub for Pekin. It's Lily Crawford, number 15. They go skip pass cross to Seidel. 3 out of the corner. Good.
Wow.
And Kylia Seidel hits a 3 out of the corner, make it 12-8. Here they come back after Lincoln got up 12-4.
That 3 quickly gets you back in the game.
Schneider goes to Clark. Skip past Lily Holmes. Lily in the lane. Gilbert had a wide open shot off the baseline. Schneider 3 out front. Oh, back of the iron looked pretty good. It was on line. And Pekin to rebound. O'Neal to Seidel, and she'll bring it up the floor and across the timeline. Left side, Brown.
Mason McLeod always plays some good defense.
They go right side. They go inside. O'Neal, 15-foot turnaround. Barely hit the rim. Rolls around. Rebound, McLeod, and McLeod is fouled.
Mason McLeod, good all-around basketball player. They'll get her a 3 here pretty soon.
Candace Covert, the 5'9 senior, picks up the foul. That's the first on Pekin and the first on Covert.
Lincoln leads at 12-8 with 3:08 left in the first quarter.
If you just joined us, Mia Clark's hit a couple of threes here in the first quarter, and Grace Bivens picked up 2 fouls and sits on the bench.
Paisley Holmes just checked in for her sister. Comes down Main Street, pass off, no.
Schneider out front. Paisley. Left side. Paisley drives it in again. She got fouled, and they're going to call her for the travel. The official was blocked off, didn't see the reach in. And she may have traveled before the reach in happened. 2:52 to go here in quarter number 1, and Lincoln up 12-8.
They take the press off, Jay.
Pekin walks it up the floor. Seidel. Lincoln's flattened that zone out to protect against O'Neal there at the free throw line. They get it to her. Elbow. O'Neal drives in. She's going to kick back out. Seidel. Left side, Brown. Lincoln's defense pretty good. They go into O'Neal. O'Neal back out. Here comes Brown, or Covert. 10-footer, no good.
McLeod with another rebound.
Mesa with the rebound. Schneider pushing the ball up the floor. Paisley Holmes down the lane. Kick back out, Clark. Schneider, 20-footer out front. Is it? Oh. No good. Rebound, Gray Gilbert chases the long board down and gives it back to Schneider. Grace will reset the offense. Schneider working against the taller Covert out front. Covert backs up. Paisley Holmes hit by O'Neal. In the corner, Clark. Clark out front, Mesa McLeod. Nice fake by Mesa. Back to Paisley. To Grace. And Grace going to pull it out again. Peeking in a man-to-man. Right side, Clark. 20-footer right side. Bang! Mia Clark is hot tonight. Give her 3 3-pointers, and it's 15-8 Lincoln.
That's 11 points for Mia Clark here in the first quarter.
Minute 48 to go here in the first quarter. Seidel across the timeline. Seidel goes in the corner. Crawford, the long skip pass to Brown. Back to Seidel. They're trying to pass over the zone. O'Neal in the lane. Tries a running one-hander off the board. No good. Clark fights for the rebound on the floor. Jump ball called, and the possession arrow favors Pekin. Into the game for Pekin is number 20, Lily Towery, a senior. And Ava Stock back in the basketball game, and Seidel going to take a seat. With 1:31 to go here in quarter number 1, and Lincoln leads 15-8. Pekin to inbound the basketball. Stock out front, Crawford. Back to Stock in the corner. Crawford way out on the floor.
Around the horn, trying to figure something out with that Lincoln defense.
Covert in the corner. Nice baseline move. Nice little fake 10-foot stop and pop up. No good. Rebound battle for the board. Pekin had 3 players touch it. No good. Stock misses the shot. Ball batted out of bounds, and it was knocked off of Gray Gilbert, and it'll stay Pekin basketball with 1:10 to go. And again, Lincoln up 15-8.
Good hustle by Gray there, trying to scoop it up.
O'Neal in the corner. Out front they go, Crawford. Stock.
Got to seal out on those rebounds.
Again, Lincoln has kind of flattened that zone out, Bob. You see it kind of, they're protecting O'Neal there at the free throw line, trying to deny her the ball and doing a pretty good job of it right now. Stock out front, right side Covert. Long skip past Towery. Brown out of the corner. No good. And Gray Gilbert had O'Neal screened out. O'Neal went over the top of her, grabbed the board on an air ball, goes back up for it, and I think the foul is going to go against Gray Gilbert. Was it? Sure looks like it.
I think so, yeah.
Yep. O'Neal up, no good.
Clanks it. We've done a good job of holding her scoreless. They're 2 out of 5 from the line.
Amaya O'Neal, just a sophomore, missed them both, and Mia Clark with the board. Mia bringing it up the floor. Left side, Mason McLeod. Gilbert posting up, down on the blocks. Schneider, handoff to Paisley Holmes. Paisley kicking the corner, Mason McLeod. Left side three, is it? No good, air ball. Clark has the board, nearly stepped out of bounds. Corrals it down, gets it to Schneider. Schneider to Paisley. Paisley drives in and got fouled, going to the bucket.
Good job by Paisley. Very aggressive, the freshman. She makes things happen. Where's the number 22 in the green? She's not going to be shooting. Going to be Lincoln ball out of bounds.
So Candace Covert goes out with her second foul.
McLeod going to be on the trigger for the ladies.
Carmen Bush in the basketball game as Mesa had trouble getting it inbounds. Finally gets it to Schneider. Grace out near the Dragon emblem at half court. Grace to Paisley. Grace. Lincoln probably going to go for the last shot here. Grace, right side Paisley. Clark baseline. There's a three. Up. Mia Clark with a right side collision concepts three. That'll end the first quarter with Lincoln ahead. 18-8. We will be back in 60 seconds.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
But Mia Clark has got Bobby Verderber going tonight. She's hit, 4 threes in the first quarter?
4 threes, and she had a baseline drive for 2. She's got 14 points in the first quarter. You know, you always see her hit all her shots in the warm-ups. In the last 2 games, she's been cold. She's been clanking them. But tonight, I mean, she's got to love this gymnasium.
Be interesting to see how Pekin starts to adjust their defense, but right now they're able to get her open shots. Lincoln the basketball to start quarter number 2, and Paisley Holmes will bring it into the front court. Paisley, nice little spin move. There's the cutter. Clark up and got fouled. They look for that back door. That's a play that the boys run. The point guard will go to the free throw line, do a little spin move, and look for the backdoor cut, and they got it. And 3 players came over to hit Mia Clark.
Oh, man, misses an easy free throw. Hell, it's too short a shot for her.
I think the foul was the foul on number 5 of Maya O'Neill.
She'll make this one.
Up, no good.
Dang.
Missed them both. So Mia Clark had been on fire in the first quarter, but missed both free throws, and Paisley Holmes tried to bat the ball away from Ava Stock. No reason to get a reach-in foul there. Nice defense by Lincoln as Sage Gilbert in the basketball game. She got hit trying to go for the ball. O'Neal hit her in the head. Ball out of the corner, shot no good. And Sage Gilbert is holding her ear after getting whacked upside the head. You know, if this were college basketball, we'd spend the next 20 minutes on a replay looking at it as a flagrant foul.
That's true, yeah. Hey, just took a little piece of her ear off. She's tough. Yeah. Sage Gilbert in there. I'm glad to see that. She's a up and rising star for the Lady Rail Splitters.
Hand off to Paisley. Paisley, the spin move again, gives it to Grace. Grace blocked, tried to throw a 15-footer over Ava Stock, and Stock just stood there and blocked it with both hands.
Ladies lead it by 10, 18-8.
O'Neal shot out of the corner, no good. Ball on the floor, Schneider's got it. Schneider's got 3 on 2 now if she continues to push the ball, and threw the ball away.
All of a sudden, we're throwing bad passes, taking bad shots.
O'Neal down the lane, throws it up, and she got bailed out by a foul on Grace Schneider.
Dang. These guys keep looking at my coat. I hope they don't take it.
I don't think they will.
No.
They seem like good kids.
No, they're all right. They missed that first free throw. That's she's missed 3 in a row now.
Maya O'Neal with the miss. Yeah. And Lee Brown back in the basketball game for Pekin is Brett McGinnis freely substituting here. Second one up and missed them both. Mia Clark screens out. Nice rebound by the senior. And Paisley Holmes pushes it up the floor. She's got 2 ladies left side. Gets it to Mesa McLeod. Mesa to Mia. Mia Lily, handoff Sage Gilbert. Sage going to take it to the hole. Up and yes!
Yeah.
Sage Gilbert, a strong drive. She's very good at that. Gives Sage Gilbert 2, and Lincoln is up 20-8. Seidel. Oh, nearly stolen by Lily Holmes out front. Stock back to Seidel. Seidel, Stock. Stock, left side, Brown. Brown. Oh, they've got O'Neal posted up. Missed her. Stock. Right side, Crawford. Back to Stock. Crawford. Stock, they're playing catch out front. They get in O'Neal. She got loose inside. Turn around up. No good. Good rebound by Sage Gilbert. Sage is getting hacked in there.
She's got a good sense for the game. Protects the ball and gets it off to her freshman teammate Holmes.
Sage very strong with the basketball there. Mesa back to Paisley. Sage. Sage going to drive in again. The kick to Mia Clark. Clark trying to drive on O'Neal. Lily Holmes wide open 15-footer. Oh, did everything but go down.
Man, she squared, fired, and it just, was in.
Bob, that was a nice offensive set on Lincoln, and they got a wide open 15-footer. You're not going to get many better shots than that out of your offense. Seidel inside O'Neal. O'Neal in trouble. Throws it back out front. Brown. Stock. Crawford. Stock. Back to Brown. Back to Stock. In the corner, Crawford. Crawford going to drive it baseline. Kick back out, Brown. Three-pointer on the way. Good.
Dang.
Lee Brown can shoot it. Nails the three, and it's 20-11.
That was their first bucket of the second quarter.
5:21 to go here in the half. Paisley, the handoff to Mesa. Mesa drives it in. Mia Clark, right side three. Nope, just a little bit left. O'Neal the board, and here comes Amaya O'Neal, and she will pull this back out. It was 1 on 5.
20-11, ladies lead it. 5:05 left, second quarter.
Ava Stock out near the Dragon emblem. They go to skip pass to Brown. Another three-pointer from Brown. Around and out, no good, and Stock somehow got to board. Sage Gilbert, though, steps in as she tried to save it in bounds, and Gilbert intercepts the pass. Lincoln going to come the other way. Pekin again, running a man-to-man defense here as Mia Clark will post up free throw line. Out front, Gilbert. Gilbert around the Clark screen, and the screen didn't take any effect. Now Paisley is fouled out there by O'Neal. Left side, Lily Holmes. Lily. Lincoln a little stagnant right now. They get it to Clark. Clark, right side, Mesa McLeod. She'll drive it baseline. Mesa throws up a shot. No good, but a nice drive, and Seidel the rebound. 4:18 to go. Here they come in a hurry. O'Neal drives in on Gilbert. O'Neal the kick out to Brown. To Seidel out front. Around the horn they go to Stock. Stock to Seidel. Brown out of the corner.
Seidel's a good three-point shooter.
4 minutes to go here in the half. Brown the fake. Back out front. Seidel to Stock. Stock. Corner Crawford inside O'Neal.
Oh, nice play.
Mia Clark stole the ball away. Taps it to Sage Gilbert. And Sage will give it off to one of the guards and gives it off to Paisley Holmes. And Lincoln will come the other way with 3:47 to go and up 20-11.
These two freshmen played for Brad Schneider last year at West Lincoln Broadwell, won the state championship, so they've got plenty of playing time.
Clark had an 8-foot turnaround, didn't get it. Sage Gilbert fights for the ball, and on the alternating possession it'll be Pekin basketball. Mia Clark had a great cut and a wide open shot if she'd have gotten the ball a little quicker. Paisley Holmes had it away. Mia was able to get it and had a 7-footer roll across the iron.
Low scoring second quarter. Pekin's outscored us 3-2.
Skip pass, they go. Cross court, go into corner. Seidel. She'll launch the three. No good. And a push in the back, I think, is going to get called on number 15, and that is Lily Crawford, the junior.
Wow. Low scoring quarter. Pekin scored 3, Lincoln 2. They've kept an eye on Mia Clark.
I believe that was Crawford's first foul. Gilbert, that is Gray Gilbert out front. Grace Biven back in the basketball game for Lincoln. Schneider, the clear out, goes cross court. Paisley. Paisley drives in. Kick out to Grace Biven to Lily Holmes. Lily going to drive it in the lane. Lily, the kick to Grace Schneider. Schneider inside Biven. Biven surrounded by 4 players, now 5. Biven kicks back out Schneider. Schneider to Paisley. Paisley, nice pass to Lily. Lily up and got fouled, no call. Gets her own board up and got fouled again with no call. Lily fighting for the basketball, and another push off there by Brown.
2:40 left for the half.
Well, apparently, blood is going to be the only way a foul is going to be called here. Out front they go, Stock. Stock in the corner to Crawford, Towery. Stock, they go inside Brown. Brown the fake on Biven, up and good. And not much Grace Biven could do there other than pick up her third foul. It's 20-13. Pekin has outscored Lincoln 5-2 so far here in the second stanza.
And Leah Brown's got those 5 points for the Dragons.
Snyder out front. Snyder going to drive it in. The kick left side. Shot by Paisley Holmes. Missed everything. Seidel the rebound. And all of a sudden, Lincoln cannot score.
Mia Clark going to the scorer's bench.
Crawford, nice pass to Stock. Ball on the floor, stolen away by Lincoln. And Stock was all over Lily Holmes right in front of the official.
Holmes comes out of there strong, gets it off to Grace Schneider. Schneider stalks her prey.
Left side, Gilbert. Gilbert to Lily. Lily's got Biven inside. Throws it in. Bad pass. Ball on the floor. Biven's fighting for it and scrapping for it. Possession arrow favors Lincoln. Mia Clark and Mason McLeod back in the basketball game for Paisley Holmes and Lily Holmes.
Minute 30 left for the half. Lincoln still leads it by 7, 20-13, but they've only scored 2 points in this quarter, Jay.
Mesa will inbound it underneath the Lincoln basket. Looking for the cutter, and they've read our inbound plays pretty good. Ball's on the floor again, and another jump ball is going to be called on yet another bad pass, and it'll go Pekin's way.
Credit the Dragons. They played some good defense there. Now Sage Gilbert going to check in. She's checking in for Grace Biven.
So we're going to get Biven out of there, I'm sure, before she gets that third foul of the first half.
Yeah, good call there.
Minute 26 to go. Pekin the basketball, down 7. In the corner they go Seidel. Seidel out front, Stock. Right side, Brown. Stock. Brown. In the corner, Crawford. Brown, Stock, minute 8 on the clock.
Coach Farmer always has fresh legs in there on that defense.
Seidel will launch a 3 out of the corner. Didn't get it. Lincoln didn't get the rebound. Brown has it. Kicks it back out front. Stock, top of the key 3. No good. Battle for the rebound. Mia Clark, somebody came over the top of her. O'Neill's got it. And O'Neill got it again. Clark steals it away. Ball on the floor. Should be a jump ball.
That's going to be ours.
And it'll be Lincoln basketball with 48 seconds to go here in the half. Mason McLeod to inbounds.
Lincoln leads at 20-13. We've been outscored 5-2 here in the second quarter.
And just 3 fouls called here in the second quarter on both teams. Snyder around the screen. Snyder going to drive it in. Snyder kicked left side to Mason McLeod. Mesa out front, Mia Clark. Clark. Left side or right side, Paisley Holmes. Back out front, Schneider. 29 seconds on the clock. Schneider drives in the corner, McLeod. Shot out of the corner. Is it? Short. Nope. Rebound, Brown. Boy, Bob, Lincoln got some good looks at the basket. Just can't get anything to go down right now.
Nothing like that first quarter.
Out front, Stock. Stock goes inside O'Neil. O'Neil kicking the corner, Seidel. Brown, and they're moving the basketball really well. Ball stolen away.
Nice play.
Paisley Holmes steals it away. And Paisley lost it out of bounds.
Good job, Paisley. That broke up the offense. They're not going to be able to get a shot off. Only 0.8 of a second left.
Pekin will have the basketball just across from us, just inside of half court.
It's just going to have to be a touch and fire.
They go inside to Stock. She'll throw it up. 50 feet. No good. And at the end of the half, it'll be Lincoln 20 and Pekin 13. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, Bob and I will have the Grau Incorporated halftime show. You are listening to Lincoln Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN, Logan County Sports Voice, 96.3 FM.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer Basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Elkhart Croft and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, Heritage Packaging, Modern Brake and Alignment, Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Masonry, Collision Concepts, State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, The Johnson family. Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. United Community Bank. Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois. LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni. Rocking G Land and Cattle. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer Basketball.
You're listening to Lincoln Lady Rail Splitter Basketball, and our halftime show is brought to you by Grau Chevrolet Buick out on 1905 North Kickapoo Street. Since 1953, Chris Grau wasn't there in 1953, his father Bob was, but since 1953, Grau Chevrolet has brought the ball games to you, and this is the halftime show with Jay Harden.
Well, Bobby, that second quarter won't go down in the annals of history of one of the best quarters ever played by either basketball team.
No.
I don't know how many shots Lincoln missed in that second quarter, but it was quite a number. And you throw on the turnovers, the bad passes that they made, and just couldn't hang on to the basketball. It was not a good quarter for Lincoln, and they had the chance to bury Pekin there in the second quarter, didn't get it done. So now what happens here when you go in the third quarter? The first 4 minutes of the third quarter are going to be real important here.
I don't want to be down there with Corey Farmer. They're going to come out. I mean, it was kind of an oxymoron. We usually come out slow. We came out on fire in the first quarter, and then that second quarter, Sage Gilbert, the freshman, is the only one that had a basket. Mia missed 2 free throws, and for them, Amaya O'Neal missed a free throw, and then Leah Brown hit a deuce and a 3 for their 5 points. So we're lucky to be hanging on to the lead 20-13 here at halftime.
Bobby, I don't know if the absence of Grace Biven had a whole lot, how much it had to do with it, but that could have been part of the reason for the stagnant offense in the second quarter. But coming into tournament time, you can't have quarters like that because you'll dig a hole for yourself you can't get out of.
No, the teams are going to be sharp playing against you. They're going to be extra fired up in that regional. We got a home court advantage, but we got to take advantage of it.
When you score, when you're outscored 5-2 in the second quarter, and we don't want to make it all negative, folks. Lincoln's defense was actually pretty good in the second quarter. It was good in the first quarter too.
It was, but offensively, as we said, that was one of the reality points of the game, and to make the open shots that Corey Farmer gets you, and they just didn't hit him.
So Lincoln up 20-13 here at halftime. You're listening to the Grau Incorporated halftime show. And Bobby, what do you got for scoring here in the first half?
Okay, in the first half, Mia Clark was on fire. She hit 4 threes and hit a 2 and had 14 points in that first quarter. Lily Holmes had a basket in that first quarter for her 2 points. Grace Biven had a bucket in the first quarter and had 2 points. And then Sage Gilbert came off the bench, the fine freshman, hit a bucket, and she had her 2 points, and that's Lincoln's 20. And for our opposition, the Dragons, Leah Brown has been the key for them. She's hit 2 threes and a bucket. She's got 8 points. Covert, she's got a free throw for 1 point. Seidel hit a big 3-pointer and a free throw. She's got 4 points for the 13 points. And as you said, that's one of the big keys. That was another reality point there is defense. We've held them to 13 points. We just haven't converted on the baskets like we did in the first quarter.
Held them to 8 in the first quarter and 5 in the second quarter. I mean, you really can't sneeze at that. I mean, that's good defense. But when you had an opportunity presented itself there in the second quarter you scored 18 in the first quarter and 2 in the second quarter. Even if you scored 9 points, half of what you scored in the first quarter, you're going to be up 29-13 and a double-digit lead coming out to start the third quarter. That's a big hole for them to dig out of.
Yeah, that's true. And another reality thing I said was the rebounds. I think we got beat up on the rebounds in that second quarter.
We did, and part of that may be the absence of Grace Biven. The fact, Pekin's tall, they're long. and they've got girls with long arms out there. A lot of times they're just reaching over, so our girls are going to have to do a better job getting the hip or the behind into them and pushing them out of the way, or we're going to have Grace Biven back in there and grab some boards.
Well, like I said, Corey Farmer's going over all that down there in the locker room, and you know, that's always a key to the game. The first 3-4 minutes of that second half, we're just going to have to take control of the basketball game.
Remind you folks, a little housekeeping here. The ladies will be in action on Tuesday night at 7:30. It'll be the first game of the regional out at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium against the Wavettes of Mattoon, the Green Wave. That'll be the first. That'll be the second part of that doubleheader. Mount Zion and Charleston will be the first. We'll only have the second game. We'll have the second game of that regional, which will be Lincoln and Mattoon Tuesday night from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, and the winners will face off on Thursday night at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium.
And Jay Harden and the Hall of Famer Jan Bowers will have the call. That'll be an exciting basketball against the Mattoon Green Wave.
It will be. Well, 20-13 here at halftime. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When Bob and I come back, we'll wrap up the Ground Incorporated halftime show and have the start of the second half. You're listening to Lady Raider Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Raider Basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Elkhart Croft and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, Heritage Packaging, Modern Brake and Alignment, Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Masonry, Collision Concepts, State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, The Johnson Family, Simply Traveled Cruise Planners, United Community Bank, Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, LCHS Lady Raider Basketball Alumni, Rocking G Land and Cattle. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Raider Basketball.
Wrapping up the Grau Incorporated halftime show, Jay Harden and Bob Verderber, both teams back out on the floor. And Bob, it'll be interesting to see here in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter how Lincoln comes out and if the offense is a little more crisp than what it was. I have a sneaking suspicion that Corey Farmer may try some different sets here in the third quarter to get the offense going back on track.
Yeah, first play is going to be backdoor layup, easy 2 points. I love these green uniforms. I've always loved Lincoln and green. Lincoln across the chest, the white numerals trimmed in red. That's what it's all about.
So both teams around their respective coaches, Corey Farmer and Brad Schneider, and the troops ready to go. Pekin already out on the floor.
And here comes that starting lineup for the Lady Rail Splitters. Mia and Grace, 2 Graces, and Mesa is out there along with Lily Holmes.
Pekin the basketball to start the third quarter.
And they're going with their same starting lineup with Stock, O'Neill, Brown, Covert, and Seidel.
Stock dribbles through the Lincoln press. She goes right side to Covert. Covert, this cross court nearly stolen by Grace Schneider. Brown has it. Back out front they go to Stock. Left side, Towery. Towery. Back out front, Stock. Stock in the corner, Covert. They've taken Seidel out of the basketball game. Brown out of the corner, 3, up and no good.
Air ball.
And airballed it. McLeod had the board, and again, they're just coming over the Lincoln back. Ball on the floor. Schneider's got it tied up.
They're just stronger and more aggressive than us underneath the basket. We've got to pick up the intensity underneath there.
Seidel finally rejoins the Pekin team as she comes back out of the locker room. And Lincoln the basketball, 20-13, 7.5 to go here in the third quarter. Snyder, crossover dribble, goes right side Lily Holmes. Lily drives in, looks, gets it to Grace Biven. Another bad pass, and Lily's got it.
Yeah, the defense is bird dogging Mia Clark after she had that hot first quarter. They won't let her get open.
Snyder tripped by O'Neal out front. Falls down, and O'Neal gets called for the foul. That is her second, and the first of the second half for either team.
Lincoln's got to draw first blood here. They need to get a bucket. They lead by 7. Tenacious man-to-man by the Dragons.
They get it into Snyder. Nearly batted away by Stock. And Grace going to pull it back out. Again, Grace had the ball knocked out of bounds, and Pekin's got long arms, and Lincoln needed to do a better job, Bob, of protecting the basketball.
Corey Farmer telling Grace what he wants. McLeod going to inbounds.
Goes into Biven.
Nice bounce
Biven
pass.
To Lily Holmes. Lily corralled that pass, goes down the lane, kick out Mia Clark.
Ooh,
right open three.
baby.
Bang!
Oh, she swished that.
Mia Clark opens the second half with a three-pointer, and Lincoln up 10, 23-13.
Jay, that's her 5th 3, and right on cue, we're up by 10, 23-13.
And in case you're wondering, the record is 9 in a game by Jenna Bowman. Towery, a rainbow 3, back of the iron, no good. Ball batted around, and O'Neal chases it down, throws it to Stock, nearly threw it away.
They just want the rebounds more.
Right side Covert.
Oh, nice.
Holmes reaches up with one hand and knocks it away and takes it away. Here comes Lily the other way. Lily to Grace. Grace Biven out there with a screen. O'Neal on the switch. Right side Mia Clark. Mia, the cross-court pass to Mesa. Mesa, nice drive in. Mesa, 5-footer, no good, and the foul called.
Good job by Mesa. She usually squares up for those threes, but when you don't get them when they're guarding you, you just drive in and get fouled and go to the free throw line.
Pekin's fouls on number 2, Ava Stock. That is her first. And Mesa McLeod going to go to the free throw line with her first points. Nope.
Shoot.
Still not in the scorebook.
So we're 0 for 3 from the line tonight.
After going 11 of 12 in the fourth quarter the other night. That's incredible.
Mesa will get this one.
Mesa McLeod up, and O'Neal was in the lane too soon, but she made it. They didn't call the lane violation.
Gives Lincoln an 11-point lead, 24-13.
They try to throw the baseball pass, and Biven intercepts it like a wide receiver. Paisley Holmes in the lane. Paisley kicking the corner. McLeod out front. Snyder.
Smart move there.
Snyder again. There's the screen, and Snyder back to Mia Clark. Into Biven. Biven corner McLeod. McLeod a 3. No, rolls across the iron. Mesa got a good look out of the right corner. Here comes Covert the other way. Covert drives in the lane.
Oh, yes.
Stolen away by Clark.
Baby.
Mia saves it inbounds, and Lincoln has it.
Here comes the green machine. 24-13. We lead by 11.
Grace picked up her dribble. Biven out front. Biven, the handoff to Paisley. Holmes. Paisley's got a lane. Didn't take it. Oh, Mia Clark, wide open 3 out front. Nope, short. Ball on the floor. Stock has it. And falls down. She just fell down.
Here's Grace.
Snyder's got it. Snyder to Biven. Biven in the lane. Biven looking for somebody, looking for help, needing help. Back out front, Snyder. Snyder to McLeod.
Smart play there by Biven.
Snyder, and Stock is all over her, riding her like a rodeo.
Oh,
goes
nice.
down the lane. Good. Grace Snyder, the seas parted. Nobody stepped over to give help defense, and it's 26-13.
4:45 left for the third quarter.
Lincoln, Bob, the Lincoln offense looking a lot better so far here in the third quarter.
We're controlling early. Sage Gilbert getting ready to check in for the Lady Rail Splitters and Corey Farmer.
Towery and Stock play catch with it out front. Right side they go Covert. They're looking inside O'Neal. Back out front Stock. Towery, corner Brown. She'll throw up another 3. Missed it off the back of the iron. Long rebound to Covert. Paisley tried to steal away. Biven. Oh no, they're going to call a block and foul on Grace Biven. She was standing right there, arms up in the air.
That's her third, I believe.
Yep. That's 3 on the freshman Grace Biven. And Covert going to go to the free throw line with 2 shots. Made the first one. Candace Covert, the 5'9" senior in the game, will be number 3, Carmen Bush, a 5'10" sophomore for Pekin. So they continue to bring in height, size, and length. Second one up and got it.
26-15. Lincoln by 11. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Seidel.
4:19 left for the half.
Seidel in the claim for Covert.
Third quarter.
And Schneider will set the Lincoln offense. Right side, Paisley. Paisley has Clark on the cut. Corner, Sage Gilbert, 3 on the way. No, short.
Shoot.
Way short. And it's 26-15. 4 minutes to go here in the third. Seidel, left side Stock. Back out front, Seidel. Right side they go to Crawford. Stock out front from Seidel. Back to Seidel. Right side. Seidel lost the basketball. Nearly lost it out of bounds. Schneider all over her. Seidel will drive in. Goes in the corner. Brown. Brown back out front. Stock. Seidel drives in. Nearly stolen away. Ball is knocked away on the floor. Sage Gilbert dives for it. And it should be a jump ball.
You know what I've noticed, Jay? We were playing back on them in that second quarter. We've extended the defense. Seidel will inbounds, but she's a dangerous three-point shooter.
Seidel to inbounds for Pekin. They had the alternating possession, but the scoreboard was wrong. Stock right side. In the corner, Seidel. Seidel, the long pass. Stock. Towery. Crawford. Stock going to drive it in the lane. Crawford, the three-pointer left side. No good. Air ball. And Lincoln, finally, Grace Schneider tried to chase it down. It was knocked out of bounds by Pekin, and they say it was Pekin basketball.
Lincoln still leads at 26-15. 3:12 left for the third quarter. Need to garner the basketball. Playing the good defense, just got to pick up that loose ball.
Brown receives the inbounds pass, goes to Seidel.
Dangerous.
Skip pass to Bush. Out front, Crawford. Seidel. They go right side, Stock. Stock back out front, Seidel. Another skip pass to Bush. They're looking inside for Brown. Seidel going to drive it in. Seidel nearly traveled the basketball. Shot out of the corner by Bush. Good. 2:48 to go, and Pekin creeping back in it, down 8, 26-18.
And Carmen Bush is a sophomore. Came off in the bench and hit that three.
Mia Clark out front against Brown. Nice spin move. In the corner, McLeod. Need one from Mesa. Bang!
Yeah.
Collision Concepts 3 from Mesa. Make it 29-18.
She was due.
2:27 to go. Mesa got that 3 back in a hurry.
Here comes Grace Biven to the score bench.
Crawford to Stock, back to Crawford. In the corner, they go Seidel. The long skip pass.
Oh.
Mesa tapped it on. And Stock chases it down. Stock drives in. No, kicks it in the corner. Seidel. She'll drive baseline. Hits Sage Gilbert in the mouth. Stock drives in the lane, throws it up. Good, and she got the harm. And Corey Farmer is livid. And I'm not sure if he's livid at the officiating or he's livid at his team, but he is hot.
That's Stock's first bucket.
The foul is on Mia Clark. That is her first.
29-20. Sage Gilbert took a Joe Frazier left hook to the jaw, but she's all right. She's got the inside rebound position on the free throw lane.
Stock missed it.
Got
Sage
the rebound.
Gilbert got the board.
She's all right now. Oh, no, she almost threw it away.
And Paisley was able to get the ball away. Here comes Paisley in a hurry. Down the lane. 5-footer. Good!
Beautiful.
31-20, the Lincoln lead.
The two freshmen there.
Crawford out front, Stock. Stock in the corner, they go Seidel.
Oh, good job.
Seidel back out front. Seidel down the corner, another skip pass to Stock. Stock out front, Crawford. Brown looking inside for Carmen Bush. Back out front, Crawford. Seidel out of the corner, three-pointer up, no good. And Grace Biven will chase that one down.
Three freshmen in there for the Lady Rail Splitters. Paisley Holmes, Grace Biven, and Sage Gilbert. A look at the future.
Paisley kicks in the corner, Mesa. Mesa back to Paisley, and Paisley will get fouled by Ava Stock.
So Mia Clark's got a 3 in the third quarter, along with Mesa McLeod. Schneider's got a deuce, and Paisley Holmes with 2 points. We lead at 31-20 with 1:08 left in the third quarter. Now checking in is Grace Schneider for Paisley Holmes.
That's the third foul on Pekin of the third quarter. They get inbounds to Schneider. Grace will handle the basketball out front. Looks around the screen. Grace around the screen. In the corner, Mesa. Wide open 3. Is it, baby?
Oh.
Rolls across the iron. And Gilbert came up with it underneath the bucket.
No.
Couldn't get it. Gets it back. Got up. Fire! Good!
Hey, baby.
Sage Gilbert.
We knew a good ball players when we see one.
Hey, Bob, you know, we talk about this, but rebounding is effort, and that was effort right there on Sage Gilbert. She wasn't going to give up the basketball, and she was going to get that shot down.
Look at that balance for Lincoln. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players have scored here in the third quarter.
Gilbert, the rainbow free throw, and make it 34-20 Lincoln with 50 seconds on the clock.
Sage Gilbert, she's just something else. She's just coming around now. She's fought through some injuries, and now she's got 5 points in this game.
Covert back in the basketball game for them.
Oh, nice.
Clark steals it away from O'Neal. O'Neal will try and poke it from behind. Mia, had Lily wide open under the bucket, gets it out to Sage. Sage around Seidel. Could have probably driven in there, goes back out front Snyder. And Lincoln may play for the last shot here in the third quarter. They lob it inside. That's a bad pass. Mia Clark's got a 10-footer, around and out, no good. Sage Gilbert the board, up and no good. And Covert nearly loses it out of bounds with 13 seconds on the clock. Lincoln has
9
some good
seconds.
looks right there.
Yes, sir.
Snyder nearly steals it out front. Towery. They go cross court. Seidel. She'll throw up a three at the gun. No good.
Man.
At the end of 3 quarters, it is Lincoln 34 and Pekin 20. We will send it back to the studios for a 1-minute timeout.
We scored?
Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Dottie Hawkins Gymnasium on the campus of Pekin Community High School, where Lincoln, an excellent third quarter, outscored them 14-7 to take a 34-20 lead at the end of 3. And Grace Snyder, that could have been a backcourt violation.
She did a little Fred Astaire there and made it across the line.
Snyder around the screen. Now gets another screen from Mia Clark. Now Grace is going to reset and gets it to Clark. Clark out near the Dragon emblem. Clark, right side Grace, around the Bivens screen. Snyder, left side Mia Clark. Lily Holmes and Grace Biven running a double post inside. They were looking to try and get the ball inside. Schneider, again, going to drive it in. Snyder falls down, kicks the ball to McLeod. Out front, Lily Holmes. Nice drive. Lily, kick to Grace. Grace doesn't take that wide open three-pointer. I think it was a smart decision by Grace Snyder. 7:15 to go here in the third.
The veteran senior running the show out there, Grace Schneider.
And they tried to get it to Mia Clark, and ball knocked out of bounds, and last touch by Clark on yet another bad pass by Lincoln.
Corey Farmer, he can't believe it. We got 14-point lead, and we give up the basketball.
Lily Blanchard, a freshman, in for Pekin, number 13. As Ava Stock comes across the timeline, goes left side Towery, in the corner Covert, back out front Towery. Stock. Left side Towery. Covert thought about loading a three up, didn't take it. They're looking for O'Neal inside, can't get it to her. They go the cross court pass. Blanchard, nice fake on the three, didn't take it. Clark got screened out, and Lincoln recovered nicely on defense. In the corner, Blanchard, and a timeout is taken by Brett McGinnis. He is a little frustrated that they can't find anything offensively, just running time off the clock. We'll keep it right here and tell you about many of our fine sponsors. Me Realty, whether buying or selling, trust the pros at Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk in Lincoln. Go online to merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street, online at myfgec.org. Modern Brake and Alignment, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1964. Full-service auto repairs, suspension, brake, wheel alignment, transportation services, and more. Learn more at modernbrake.com. Go Railers. Bobby, Lincoln, neither team has scored here, and we've run almost a minute and a half off the clock here of the fourth quarter. But Lincoln's defense had an excellent possession that time down here on the Pekin end of the floor.
They certainly did. We burned a minute off the clock, and then we gave up the ball. And now with possession is the Pekin Dragons.
Stock out front, right side they go to Blanchard.
Stolen.
And stolen by Lincoln. Schneider threw the ball away. Mia Clark's going to have to chase it down, and she does. Clark, nice behind the back dribble. Clark, the freshman, Blanchard on her, and she fouled her. Blanchard fouled her from behind, the reach from behind, and Mia probably would have been advised to give that ball up before it got to that point.
Lincoln basketball in there now for the Lady Rail Splitters is the starting lineup. Grace Schneider, Lily Holmes, Mason McLeod, Grace Biven, and the great Mia Clark.
So 34-20, the Lincoln lead. Schneider goes inside Biven. Biven.
That's it. Keep it over your head.
Biven finally throws it out to Grace Schneider. That'll be something that they'll work with Grace Biven on the offseason of not bringing that ball down where 3 or 4 arms can get on it. And again, Towery fouls Schneider. Schneider down the lane, up and good.
Second time she's done that.
36-20. Grace Schneider burned a little time, and then the C's parted, and she went in for the layup. 36-20, 5:51 to go here in the game.
That's 5 points for Grace Schneider.
Corner they go. Crawford. Crawford looking inside O'Neal.
Look how far they've extended that defense, Jay.
Crawford back out front. O'Neal posted up on the inside of Clark. They can't get the ball to her. Covert out front Stock. Right side Crawford. Grace Biven doing a great job of fronting O'Neal. They threw the ball away, but they say Lincoln kicked it out of bounds.
I tell you what, that defense is unbelievable. You know how they use that dental floss when you're cleaning your teeth? There's no room for the dental floss out there tonight.
Not out there tonight.
No, not in this fourth quarter.
Lincoln's made quite an adjustment on the 1-2-2. It's almost a 3-2 out front. And Covert elbowed Grace Biven inside, and they're going to call a foul on Lincoln after Covert elbowed Grace Biven inside, a flagrant elbow.
So this is, as you said, 22 Covert.
Covert missed the free throw. The foul was on Lily Holmes. That is her first.
Ball don't lie.
No. 36-20, 5:25 to go. Covert's second one rolled it home. And now Pekin's going to extend a press. They're going to go into a 1-2-2 press.
36-21 Lady Rail Splitters.
Lily, Mesa, ahead to Grace, and Grace across the timeline. Here comes the run and jump. Nope.
That's it. Keep your cool.
They pulled off of Grace Schneider. Now they're going to put O'Neal on her and put the bigger O'Neal on her. Grace drives around the Clark screen. There's the jump out and a bad pass by Grace Schneider. Just turned around and threw it to Mia Clark, but O'Neal was right there and batted it out of bounds. Bob, the girls got to do a better job of recognizing what's there and what's not there. She just turned around without even looking and threw it.
This is winning time right here. You just got to keep your cool. You got a 15-point lead and the basketball.
Yeah, Pekin's going to. You got to make Pekin pay for giving you that 15-point lead. Schneider, Lily Holmes, right side. Lily drives in. Lily, Mia Clark, 20-footer, is it? Nope, short. Ball on the floor.
Oh, nice.
Lily Holmes, great board up in. No good.
No. Back up.
And they stole it, but Grace Biven has it. 10-footer, back in the iron, no good. Clark chases it down.
All right, circle the wagons.
Back out front, Schneider, and it's 4:37 to go, and a foul out front by Ava Stock, and that is her third.
We burn a lot of time now. Checking in now for the Lady Rail Splitters, another freshman.
Paisley Holmes in the basketball game, Seidel in the basketball game for Pekin. Lincoln will have it inbounds almost in front of the Lincoln bench. They get into Paisley.
All right.
Paisley will work on Towery. Hand off to Schneider.
They use both these point guards at the same time. I like this.
Schneider dribbles around the defense. She'll go in the lane. Again. Throws it up in. No good. Biven battles for the rebound. She's got it all over her, and Biven steps out of bounds. What's the call here? How is that not? Biven was a good Lord.
Going to be Dragon basketball. 4:17 left for the game. Lincoln leads by 15, 36-21. Seidel across the timeline.
If you folks are watching at home, good gravy. That's ridiculous. Paisley Holmes steals it. Paisley going to push it up the floor. She doesn't have the numbers. She'll pull it back out. Out front, Schneider.
Paisley's way too quick for a lazy pass like that. Somebody come help her.
Paisley back to Grace. Seidel is just pushing all over. It's about time.
3:54 left now. Lincoln still with that 15-point lead, 36-21.
Yeah, folks, nobody messes with my girl. Nobody messes with my girls. And Corey's doing enough yelling for both of us, so we'll just go back to the game here. But again, there's a lot of physical play going on. It's not being called. Paisley down the lane. Nice handoff to Biven. Nice fake by Grace. Left-handed. Oh, my goodness. Grace Biven, like Larry Bird, left-hander from 7 feet. It goes home, 38-21.
That's 4 for Grace Biven. Big bucket there.
Shot up in, no good by Covert. Ball on the floor. Covert gets it back, throws it up again, no good. Battle for the rebound on the floor. They've got it. Crawford out front. Covert, baseline.
Got to get the rebound.
And Clark is going to get called for a tack foul on the baseline.
3:21 left for victory number 22. Lincoln leads at 38-21. A couple players checking in for the Dragons. Number 3 is, who is that? That's Bush.
Carmen Bush, the 5'10 senior.
And number 22, Covert.
Seidel throws it out front to Crawford. 3:17 to go. They're burning time, down 17 points.
We've extended that defense so they can't find anywhere to shoot from.
Crawford, Seidel, she goes cross court. Ooh, nearly stolen. Covert knocked it away. And I think Grace Snyder's going to get called for a foul. I believe she did. Let's see.
3:06.
Oh, Paisley Holmes.
3 minutes, 6 seconds left on the clock. And as Jay told you, next game for the Lady Rail Splitters, it's tournament time. The screams get louder on Tuesday night.
Seidel out near the Dragon emblem. What would be probably the volleyball line. Covert lost the ball. Snyder steals it away, and Grace off to the races. Grace up and no good.
Nice follow, but she was fouled. Nice follow there by Mason McLeod, but Grace Schneider going to the free throw line.
And the foul on Candace Covert. And to Covert's credit, she didn't let her make the layup.
Not too many free throws tonight.
Nope.
Lincoln's only shot 3 free throws. We're 2 out of 3 from the line. Grace is 1 for 2. Sage Gilbert 1 for 1.
Snyder didn't even move the net, knocking it down 39-21.
Grace helping us out with 3 points here in the fourth quarter.
And it looks like Pekin may be throwing up the white flag in the game. Lena Rivas, a sophomore who played in the JV game. Number 10, Brooke Rotherman, a junior. Snyder's second one coming. Up and rolled it home.
Book it.
And Hannah Rotherham, a junior.
Lincoln 40, Pekin 21, 2:48 left for the game.
And Lincoln now in the bonus. In the corner they go, Rotherham. Out front, Brown. Rotherham corner. Left side,
Steal.
Rivas. Ball stolen away by Lincoln. And Snyder into the front court.
Oh, man. Grace.
So Brett McGinnis went deep in his bench, pulled most of his starters, and Grace just threw it right through the legs of Mia Clark with 2:20 to go and up 19, and Corey Farmer's just shaking his head. Again, Bob, at least we can say the Lincoln defense has been very good tonight, even though the offense hasn't looked very good at times.
No, lethargic sometimes.
Brown.
Unforced errors.
In the corner, Rotherham, and nearly stolen again out front. Rivas going to drive in, gets it to Bush. Free throw line up and no good. Clark the board. 2 minutes to go. 2-minute warning. Clark across the timeline. Lincoln spreading the floor. Nobody in the paint. Paisley. Lincoln can just do layups and free throws, or just free throws now if they want to. Pekin's going to have to foul or do something. Hand off to Paisley Holmes. She ran right into Rivas, traveled with the basketball. She did.
Minute 45. Corey stalking along the bench, and he's going to send in.
Emma Hutchinson going to come in the basketball game for Lincoln.
She'll bomb a 3 in for us.
Rivas in the corner, Rotherham, and she just threw the ball to the official, and the official caught it, drops it out of bounds, and heads down the floor.
He's a Navy veteran. I was talking to him after the JV game. Oh, another check. Is that Sage is coming back in?
Sage Gilbert back in, and Blanchard, the freshman, back in the game for Pekin. So all the Pekin starters off the floor. Mason McLeod off the floor.
Mason McLeod had a 3-pointer tonight when we needed it.
Paisley hands off to Mia Clark. Clark, nice little spin move. Paisley had a 10-footer, drives in, up in, no good. And Paisley with a great move on the baseline, just couldn't get the layup to go down. Maybe it was a little far under the basket. Rivas across the timeline. Ella Schneider, Taylor Short getting ready to come in for Lincoln.
Elizabeth Chen in there for the Lady Rail Splitters.
Shot up and no good by Rotherham.
Rebound Paisley Holmes.
And a timeout by the official to
Schneider checking in. That's the sophomore version of the Schneider family.
Yep.
Ella Schneider, along with Taylor Short, another freshman.
So we got much of the JV team right now in a basketball game, and the JV won 45-28 to take their record to 21-1 this year.
Taylor Short to Hutchison. That's Sage Gilbert.
Sage dribbles out front, left hand, still got that wrap on the wrist. Ella Schneider. Ella, left side Short, out front Chen. Left side Hutchinson, short
there it
on the
is.
three, no good, short. Rebound,
Nice rebound.
Sage Gilbert, no good. I thought she got fouled. Ball batted away by Chen. Blanchard's got it on the baseline, and here they come with 38 seconds to go.
Traveling. It's going to be Lincoln basketball.
Nope. It was an official timeout because Brett McGinnis just emptied his bench.
36.3 seconds. Lincoln leads it by 19, 40-21.
Sydney Sitter in the basketball game for them.
That's Rivas.
Addie Pullman, a sophomore in the basketball game for them, and Layla Clow.
This kid's a good ball player, this Rivas out top.
Yep, you can tell she can handle the basketball.
Yeah, quick passes, crisp, 19 seconds.
Rivas has got it out front. Down in the corner they go to Clow. Back out front, Pullman.
Doesn't matter who you bring in, Lincoln plays that tough defense.
Pullman drives in.
Blocked
the shot. And Sage Gilbert has it knocked out of bounds, and they say Sage touched it last. She may have. With 5.6 on the clock, Lincoln up 40-21, and this one's all over but the final score.
Victory number 22 for the Lady Rail Splitters.
I told you they'd get 22. They didn't make a liar out of me.
No.
Rivas going to launch the three, top
Blocked.
of the key, and it was partially blocked. And that's it. That's the ball game. Lincoln puts it in the victory books, win number 22 with a 40-21 victory here at Dottie Hawkins Gymnasium over the host, the Pekin Lady Dragons. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. After that, we'll have the Growl Incorporated postgame show and hopefully an interview with winning head coach Corey Farmer if he can find us all the way up here on top of Mount Pekin.
A great harvest starts with a great foundation. Since 1976 in Central Illinois, that foundation has been Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service. They're your local source for all your fertilizer, ag chemical, and custom application needs. At Lake Fork, contact Clay at 217-792-3397. In Elkhart, call Chris at 217-947-2221. And at Croft, give Mark or Eric a call, 217-445-2631.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead. STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. The only limit is your imagination. Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the
Back here at Dottie Hawkins Gymnasium, where the Lincoln Lady Railers pick up victory number 22 on the year, go 22-8, 40-21 over the host Pekin Lady Dragons out of the Middle Illini Conference. That'll put Pekin at 15-15 in this non-conference game, and we don't know if Pekin has another game before the regional tournament starts or if they are done for the season and heading into the regional tournament. Again, Lincoln 22-8 on the year and a fine first season, at least a regular season for Coach Corey Farmer and this group of Lincoln Lady Railers. We await Coach Farmer. Again, we may have to send a pack mule to transport him all the way up here because we literally are at the top of Dottie Hawkins Gymnasium. And Bob, I like sitting up high, but I think that's a little bit much for me. I mean, that climb up all the stairs to get up into the gym in the first place and then to get all the way up here.
Yeah, we needed an oxygen tank.
Yeah, that was a long, long way to go. Bob had to stop and get himself a snack on the way up here, just afraid he was going to get hungry by the time he got up here. But then Connor ate it all.
He took it away from me.
Hungry college kid. Bobby, I'll tell you what, Lincoln's defense was very good tonight. It really was. It was good defense tonight, but the offense after the first quarter just it sputtered, it stuttered, and I can't give credit to the Pekin defense for it because there were a lot of times Lincoln had good looks and sometimes just made some silly and very bad passes.
They did. You pretty much covered it all right there, Jay. Great defense. They extended that defense, and once you do that, especially in the second half, that really shuts them down. They only had 1 point in the fourth quarter. They only had 7 points in the third quarter, so that was pretty much the story of their offense. And the Lincoln Lady Rail Splitters started off a house of fire in the first quarter. I thought we were going to score big time points then, and then the wheels just came off the wagon after that.
And you look at this, and you look at it, and Lincoln gave up 8 in the first quarter, 5 in the second, 7 in the third, and then just 1 point in the fourth quarter. And if you give up single digits every quarter, that's pretty good defense no matter what basketball team you are, whether it's boys, girls, good or bad. I mean, if your defense is that good, we're only giving up single digits, you ought to be able to score enough points to win a basketball game, and that was the case here tonight.
Yeah, they were just completely shut down. They couldn't run the back door. They couldn't hit a three. There was just nothing there for the Pekin Dragons.
Have you got scoring? We'll give the scoring once while we wait for Coach Farmer.
Okay, I got Mia Clark leading the way with 17 points. Grace Schneider had 6. Lily Holmes had a basket for 2 points, 4 points for Grace Biven. Mason McLeod hit a 3 for her 3 points, and Sage Gilbert came off the bench and got 3 points. For the Dragons, they were held to 21 points. Carmen Bush, a sophomore, had 3 points. Seidel had 4 points. Covert had 4. They were led by Leah Brown with 8 points, and Ava Stock had 2 points. So that was all the scoring there for the Dragons. But the big story of the night, of course, was that early start by Mia Clark. She ended up with 17 points.
And I think, didn't Mia Clark had 14 or 15 of those in the first half?
She had 14 in the first quarter. And then she hit 1-3 in the third quarter, and that was it. She had 17 points.
So, Bobby, it was kind of a story of the fact that after that first quarter where the offense really clicked with 18 points in the first quarter, Lincoln's offense got, I would say, timely baskets when they needed them.
Definitely.
But even scoring 14 in the third quarter, the offense really never got back on track. It still sputtered in the third quarter despite getting 14 in the third quarter.
We're used to now lately Grace Biven getting double figures. She had 4 points in that game. I mean, they had a tall lineup. Credit them. They were triple teaming her in the lane. And
Grace Biven has the second most double figure games on the team so far this year, and she's scored well over 200 points. In fact, she probably has more double figure games as a freshman than brother Jake probably did in his entire Lincoln High School boys career. And I'll hear about that. Hear about that. Yeah, Jake, I'm gigging you. And your sister hit a left-handed shot from about 7 feet off the right side of the lane, just like Larry Bird.
Yeah, but we got to remember she's a freshman. She got to have one game like that. But the Lincoln Lady Railers win it 40-21 for, as you said, 22 victories.
I just had to send smoke signals up. I felt like one of them airplane guys, with the flags.
Did
and the
he
lights.
see you?
Yeah, he finally saw me, and he's pointing around. How do I get up there? And he says, well, yeah, you're going to have to go up the stairs, find the stairs, and head on up here.
Yeah. Hey,
hope it doesn't end up in the ladies' restroom.
No, he won't do that.
We want to listen for the screams.
He's smarter than that. I hope.
Bob, still And here he comes, Corey Farmer. You know, we talked about it. He is said that they've been playing some of their best basketball since the second half of the U-High game, and I would agree with that. But right now, their defense is a lockdown defense.
Definitely.
And even if they have an offensive spell in one of these games, they may be able to overcome it by playing the defense. Well, Coach Farmer has arrived via his mountain goat. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right. Well, the offense looked great in the first quarter, and then it sputtered and stuttered after that. You had good shots at times. You had good looks. Couldn't get them to go down, and there were some bad passes that were made. I'm sure it frustrated you. There was a lot of contact going on out there that wasn't called. And that wasn't going to beat you. The girls just had to get stronger and adjust to it. And I thought, I watched Sage Gilbert, and you talk about a feisty freshman. She's out there fighting for it. She's fighting for rebounds. She had a couple key buckets out there. I thought she played really well. Mia Clark had a whale of a first quarter. Bob, she had 14 in the first quarter of her 17.
Yeah, she hit 4 3-pointers and a deuce for 14, and I thought she'd turned into Larry Bird, but then after that, she won 3.
So talk a little bit about, it looked like at one time after Mia got hot there in the first quarter, the girls were almost looking for her too much, if you know what I mean by that. It's like, I don't want to shoot it. You're hot, you shoot it. I don't want it.
Yep. I thought that we did that. We kind of made the adjustment 4 or 5 games ago to quit doing that. Where we just consistently keep passing her the ball. I mean, somebody gets hot like that, you want to feed her, but you got to take the open shot too.
Yes.
I thought we played well in the first quarter. Obviously it helps when you shoot well. It looked like we got tired. We got a couple girls sick. And Pekin spread us out as wide as possible, and they're making our 2 post players go corner in front of the post on the block all the way back to the other corner.
Bob and I talked about this earlier. It looks to me like Pekin's got a college-sized floor in here rather than a high school floor, just from the separation between the center circle and the top of the key. I know Collinsville put in a college-sized floor because they had the space to do it, and obviously Pekin's got the space in here to do it. If this is a college floor, that spreads your defense out. Your girls got to cover more ground. They might have gotten a little bit tired here tonight.
Yeah, if it's not bigger, it sure seems bigger.
Sure seems,
I don't know if it's because the bleachers are back farther, but we were tired. And second quarter, that's partially why we couldn't score. I'm with you. We made some careless passes tonight, and we got abused on the glass, and we knew going into the game they were way bigger than us. But we can't give up that many offensive rebounds. I thought, what I told them in the locker room, I don't recall anybody getting their pocket picked all night. It was just careless passes when you got bumped. They were tougher than you, and you got off balance, and then you just threw the ball. And we can't have that going into postseason.
No, but I'll say, so let's go to the positives here tonight. Okay, the positive was your defense, and it was lockdown defense tonight. You gave up only 1 point in the fourth quarter. Single digit is all they scored every quarter tonight. If you only give up single digits in every game, you should have enough higher power offensively to score more than, say, 36, 37 points a game if you're giving up single digits a quarter. And that's kind of what happened here tonight. You had just enough offense to push over the 40-point mark, but your defense was locked down, and that's going to help you guys going on the tournament trail.
Yeah, our goal every game is to hold them under 35. And I think we outscored them. From my math, it was 20-8 in the second half.
I think that's it was
20-13 at halftime.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. You're right. 20-8 and 20-8 in the second half.
Yeah, and we made an adjustment at halftime. They kept getting the ball in the corner and skipping it across. They held the ball in the corner. They waited for our post player to front their girl on the block, and they skipped it. And then our wing came out, and then they throw it to the corner, and that post player's got to go from in front of that girl, fight around her, and get all the way to the corner. So we adjusted at halftime and took our point guard to cover that skip pass and let the wing stay down there and give the post player a second or two to get to the corner. And I felt like it helped. It gave them, it didn't kill our post players as bad as it did in the first half.
It took an old, dumb broadcaster a while to figure out what you had done, but it almost looked to me like you had almost flattened the front out into a 3-2 rather than running the traditional 1-2-2, so you could cover that skip pass and cover the corners.
Yeah, and you're able to do that when there are 2 guards guards out front are so far out. You know, they were out of shooting range, you know, and there was no need for the point guard to rush all the way out there at the volleyball line because they were 6-7 feet off the three-point line. They couldn't shoot that far. And then just to give up an open shot in the corner, you know, I don't recall them shooting too many shots that weren't in the corner. You know, almost all their shots were in the corner the entire night. You know, rebounding from the corner is tough, you know, but we got to do a better job. I thought we were in position. We just didn't hold the box out and go get it. You know, they were just tougher than us on the boards tonight.
So you wrap up. Hey, I told you the last game. I told people before the season you get to 22 wins. You didn't make a liar out of me. So thank you and the girls for that. But, you know, we can talk about it now. The regular season's over. I think you and the girls have had one heck of a regular season going 22-8. You might be able to point to a few games and say, doggone it, we should have won those. But, you know, there were other games where clearly, you know, there are games you get beat, simply get beat by, you get beat that night. Sterling, you know, there are other games where you sit there and say, hey, we just got beat. Man, that was a really good team that we played and we got beat. But 22-8, 7-3 in the CS8, you tied for third. That's a pretty good first season for you and these kids.
Yeah, I'm proud of the girls. You know, our goal coming in the season was 20 wins. You know, we surpassed that. You know, I wanted to contend at the top of the conference, and we did. You know, we're in the top 4 of the conference there. But our job's not done, you know, and I think we're playing our best ball. Tonight wasn't the best. You know, like I said, we got some sick, and we sure look slow to me, but you know, we got to find a way to dig down, and we'll be at home the next game, and hopefully we come ready to play.
So what I call now phase 2 of the season is over. Your regular season come to an end. Now you go into phase 3, which is postseason tournament time, and it's one and done. So the girls are going to have to ramp up the intensity in the mental part. You coached, you played. This is the mental part of the game where you have to say, okay, it's one and done, but I have to go out, I have to play. I can't play scared. I've got to play with confidence, and I've got to play with intensity every minute, every game from here on.
Yeah, they got to leave it all out on the court. You know, you can't second guess, and there is no tomorrow if you don't leave it out there. So, you know, hopefully we can get that mentality, you know, and play hard. And, you know, if we play hard, we rebound, usually we're okay. We'll be in the game, you know. And I'm probably most proud of this season of our 8 losses, we were in every game. You know, there wasn't a game where we came out and it was over right from the tip. We were in every single game. You know, hopefully all the losses we learn from. You know, I don't have a problem with the loss as long as we learn from it and adjust from it. You know, those things could be good things. You know, going undefeated, you know, the year we went undefeated, you know, that was nerve-wracking at times, you know, because they got all the pressure. You know, so, you know, this is a good group we got, and hopefully we can do something in postseason.
Yeah, I agree with you. I knew you were going to turn things around in that second half because that first quarter was like, you know, what's going on. But the rebounds, that was the problem tonight.
Yeah.
You know, we had 4 or 5 girls in the lane, and they would still get a girl in there and get the ball. Yeah,
we kind of settled for just being in position, you know, and their girls were working hard, and we just stood there. And, you know, I kind of preached to them, you know, if we got more people in the lane, one person box out and the other person jump up and get the ball. And, you know, like I said, we looked tired tonight and looked slow, and it really hurt us. You know, we're lucky they didn't make more shots because it would have been a much different game.
Yeah, that sickness has been going around. Let's hope we're through by Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. Let's get it out of the way now.
Mm-hmm.
Bob and I talked. Pekin had length. They had size. It was more size. Most teams have more size than Lincoln does anyway, but they also had length to go along with it. And Bob and I talked about the rebounding is that the girls were not getting a body on somebody and pushing them out. Had they pushed them out maybe a little further, they could have gone and got the rebound. But a lot of times it was, yeah, we're in position. I'm standing here, but the rebound comes off, and the Pekin girls a lot of times just went over the top, either grabbed it or batted it away.
Yeah, I mean when they're that much bigger than you got to get them out of the lane, you know. And then they shot a lot of long shots, so you got long rebounds. So if you don't get them out of the lane, it's not over the back if the ball goes over our head and they just grab it, you know. So you got to clear them out. You can't just settle for being in position. You got to get them out of there.
You know, I'm just a paranoid old man, but I was thinking, is Corey really using all his plays tonight? Because teams look at plays and.
I didn't use them all.
I know you didn't.
We could run a set every time down the court if we wanted to. But
the old Pentagon man's thinking somebody's going to watch a film and he's not showing him everything he's got.
No. We, you know what? For me, it's we got to execute them anyways. So we ran some sets tonight. We executed some of them, but a lot of them we missed the open look. They switch everything, so that's a little different than we've seen. We haven't seen switching in a while, and I knew it was going to be tough coming in. So, you got to look for the slipper on when they switch, and we did an okay job tonight. We got enough to get the job done.
Well, we're going to congratulate you on the victory. The kids are ready to go. Let you get on the bus and get home. Hey, you had this game over by 8 o'clock tonight. We like that.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, congratulations on the coach. Thanks for coming up on the post-game show. And it's easier going down than it is coming up.
Yeah. You guys, could you even see the game from up here?
Barely.
It's like doing a football game.
Yeah, I was out of breath by the time I got up there.
Thanks, Corey Farmer. Congratulations.
Thanks, Corey.
Well, Bobby, got anything you want to add before we sign off here tonight?
No, I'm just glad to do the game with you. It was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun doing the games with you and Cameron. Victories 22, and he wanted to get 20. He got 22, 22 and 8. You play 30 games a year now in high school. That's unbelievable.
Actually, they can play 31 games and probably would have if several had not been. The weather knocked out several games, and they had to add some at the last minute, so they ended up getting 30 games in.
That's right. Jim had me doing the play-by-play on the 29th, and I was out of town, but it got snowed out anyway.
Yep. This was kind of a bizarre year in many ways with the scheduling, but hey, season's over. We start the postseason, and it's one and done time. The pressure is on, and hopefully the ladies can rise to the occasion and do some damage here in the postseason. The regional is played at home, so they get to sleep in their own beds and use their own locker room at Royce Anderson Gymnasium.
It's always fun riding shotgun with you, Jay. You have a safe ride home.
Well, you too, Bobby. It was fun having you along, and hey, you never know. You may get another chance here before the postseason's over, buddy.
That's what Jan told me. She said, I might not show up for one of those games. We'll see.
Maybe not. And hey, if they make it past the regional, the sectional is at Normal West, and we don't know who might be there. You might end up being there. We just don't know.
That'd be cool. I'll show up anyway just to watch them play.
It's been a fun ride with my buddy Bobby V here tonight. Been a fun ride with you two, with you fans here during the regular season. For Connor Shaw running the camera, for Jim Ash, the big guy in charge of everything, for Lloyd Kirby, social media marketing manager and chief repairman, getting everything put back together so we can bring you the broadcast. For all of our fine sponsors, we thank you very much for the ride during the season. It's been a great season for the Lincoln Lady Railers, and hey, we are not done yet. We'll have Tuesday night action live from Royce Anderson Gymnasium at 7:30. For Karen Martinez, thank you, sweetheart. We love the way you run the board back at the studio. You and everybody else that does it, we could not function without you. For my broadcast partner tonight, the great Bobby V, who should be in the IBCA Hall of Fame. This is Jay Harden signing off from Pekin, where Lincoln wins it 40-21 in the final regular season game to go 22-8. They'll be in action against Mattoon Tuesday night in the opening game of the Lincoln Lady Railers Regional. Good night, and thanks for listening.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game. Located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out their website, merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln, and online at myfgec.org. Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, your local source for all your fertilizer, ag chemical, and custom application needs. See what Mark Gordon and the Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer team can do for you. Call 217-445-2631. Heritage Packaging in Lincoln, offering top-notch products and value-driven solutions for Central Illinois. Heritage Packaging offers the right packaging right on time. Learn more online at welchpkg.com or call 217-735-4406. Modern Brake and Alignment, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1964, offering full-service auto repairs, including suspension service, brake replacement, wheel alignment, transportation services, and more. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Stop by the shop at 1000 Commercial Park in Lincoln. Call 217-628-7650 or learn more at modernbrake.com. Go Railers! Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch. Attend one of Tracy's Coffee with the Mayor events to ask questions and learn more about happenings around Lincoln. Check the City of Lincoln Facebook page for dates and times. Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to grauinc.com. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culvers. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. Experience the difference with Collision Concepts. State Farm Agent Brian Clark, located at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln. Brian can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and he's got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of the Lincoln Lady Railer basketball program for more than 50 years.
Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Wagers-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, generational travel, Disney, all things cruises, and all-inclusive travel. Simply Traveled is so much more than cruises. Call Amy at 615-961-6474 or go online to simply-traveled.com.
United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 620 Broadway Street in downtown Lincoln, call 217-737-7581. LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer Basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Once a railer, always a railer. Rocking G Land and Cattle, Central Illinois source for superior shorthorn beef cattle genetics. Give Mark a call at 217-737-7905 or call Sheldon at 217-737-7787. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.